Hello and a happy Healthcare Simulation Week 2023 to all of our listeners. This is Takara welcoming you to Season 2 of Sim-portant Conversations at SD State. As we kick off Season 2, I wanted to remind all of our listeners that we do have a playlist of our previous episodes available here. Once you're done with our Sim Week celebratory episode, we encourage you to go check out the previous content that we've rolled out. Similarly, if you have a topic you'd like to see us cover, a question about simulation that you've always wanted answered, or would love to be a guest on our podcast, please reach out. We'd love to hear from you. We have a listener questions email address below in the show notes and in our playlist podcast description. Finally, this podcast episode is just one of many Simulation Week activities going on. So both here and at other institutions. If you are not already a part of the fun and festivities, we encourage you to go check out the Society for Simulation and Healthcare Simulation Week 2023, linked below. And to look for us on social media. We will be launching posts on the South Dakota State University College of Nursing social media pages throughout Healthcare Simulation Week. And now, without further ado, let's get on with our episode.
Hello, everyone. I'd like to welcome you all to another installment of Sim-portant Conversations at SD State. This is your Master of Cimarrones, Patrick Burley, and I'm very pleased to be with our very robust panel as well as a co-host this week as we discuss the most recent Sim Week and the theme of that Sim Week being a champion of your own success story. So in this podcast episode, we're going to be conducting an overview of the past year and highlighting some of the major advancements and events that have occurred within our Healthcare Simulation Center since our last installment. So I think at this time, should we go around and have the panel introduce themselves?
Sure. Thanks, Patrick. I am Dr. Alyssa Zweifel. I am the Healthcare Simulation Center Director here at the College of Nursing.
This is Patrick, co-host. My name is Megan Watson. I'm an instructor at the Rapid City campus and a simulation site coordinator.
This is Allyson Stromer. I'm one of the simulationists for the College of Nursing in Rapid City.
Happy Healthcare Simulation Week, everyone. This is Takara Schomberg. I'm a lecturer in Sioux Falls and the simulation site coordinator.
I'm Diane Smith, and I am a simulation specialist person for the Sioux Falls site.
Hello, everyone. This is Dr. Leah Niederbaumer. I'm the simulation site coordinator in Aberdeen, and I'm wishing everyone a happy Healthcare Simulation Week.
And saving the best for last. I'm just kidding. Happy Simulation Week, everyone. My name is Annette Ray, and I am the simulation site coordinator on the Brookings campus.
Dirk, I don't know about you, but I'm pretty impressed with the faculty and staff we have here in the Healthcare Simulation Center at the College of Nursing at SDSU. But what better way to celebrate simulation in our college as well as across the world than the Healthcare Simulation Week, which does take place September 18th through the 22nd with the theme of Be a Champion of Your Success Story. That being said, we have our panel here to discuss some very interesting things that we've done specifically at our College of Nursing. So up first, we will have our Dr. Alyssa Zweifel, who is the director of our Sim Center, discuss accreditation.
Hi, everybody. Dr. Zweifel here. Yes, we are so excited to share. One of our really exciting things in the past year is that we achieved full accreditation from the Society of Simulation in Healthcare. We sat and achieved full accreditation in the core and the teaching education categories in November of 2022. And why is this so important? So if we think about any accreditation process, it really just amplifies us and shows any of our partners, any of our students, community people that we have been operating to the full standard. And when we look at healthcare simulation, the Society for Simulation in Healthcare is the largest accrediting body in the world. They have a very rigorous peer review process to achieve accreditation, and they focus on 6 different categories. And like I said, we achieved full accreditation in core and then teaching education. We are now one of 243 programs in 24 different countries that have achieved full accreditation through SSH. And the really unique piece about us that we are a program within the College of Nursing at South Dakota State University. And although we are one program, we have 4 different nursing sites across the state of South Dakota. So I've been privileged to work with this team. Of course, with any accreditation, it takes years to prepare. But we had such a great team, and we're able to just rise above and really show this accreditation team all the great things we've been doing for some time at South Dakota State University.
So Alyssa, it really is a great honor to have that accreditation, not just for people who are working at SDSU, but also students who are going through our program. So next, I'd love to introduce you to Annette, who's going to be talking about certifications.
This is really exciting, and I am just really excited to share our success when it comes to our simulationists who are certified. We have got 6 simulationists certified as certified healthcare simulation educators, and we now have 2 that are certified as simulation healthcare operations specialists. And most recently, since we're celebrating this past year of success, we have 2 new CHSEs and 1 CHSOS. Why is this important? Because it demonstrates to the community that we are focused on best practice. It's also a way to do some self-evaluation and validation and demonstrate that we are committed to high quality simulations. With these recognitions, we are able to, or with these certifications, we are able to show that we are strengthening those efforts towards patient safety and building confidence in a quality education program. And so we're just really excited about our achievements. And I know that we also have other simulationists that are currently studying and preparing for these certifications.
In addition to the certifications, we're going to have Allyson discuss conferences. So not only do our faculty attend these conferences, but more often than not, we've been presenting at the conferences. So Allyson, I'll shoot it over to you.
Thanks, Megan. Yes, this is Allyson back here in Rapid City, and it's really been especially a busy 2023 for us attending conferences. And as you identified, each of the conferences that we've attended, whether it's been in person or it's been virtually, at least one presentation has come from our simulationist group. So that's really an exciting opportunity. Of course, as I'm sure our listeners are aware, simulation conferences allow simulationists the opportunity to learn from their colleagues, to learn about new simulation products from various vendors that are at each of the conferences, and then share the innovations from their respective institutions to disseminate that knowledge. So we have the opportunity to bring that knowledge that we gain back to our programs, certainly in that effort to help us to meet our healthcare simulation standards of best practice in a variety of ways. We can use that information to meet standards related to simulation design, create new opportunities to enhance interprofessional collaboration within our simulations, and even adapt some of our scheduling processes to meet the needs of course, our growing program. So several of our simulationists have gone to the International Meeting on Simulation in Healthcare, and of course, presentations at each of these. We've spent time this summer at the International Nursing Association for Clinical Simulation and Learning, or NACSL. We had groups folks go to SimGhost. We have folks present at SimOps. So it's again just been a really busy 2023 with attending conferences and then of course prepping for presentations for each of those. When we kind of take that more global look at the impact that conferences have on our program, on us as simulationists, and on our students. Certainly, we recognize that conference attendance is an increased networking opportunity for us to increase access to resources. Certainly, it helps to promote our own professional development. We're striving to increase our simulation knowledge, adherence to best practice, and then certainly to share the knowledge that we've gained or the innovations that we have come up with others and with our peers. For our students, when we're bringing knowledge back to our site to help to benefit our program, they get the benefit of seeing what some of that new technology looks like, whether it's, updated software or improvements in, maybe we have Bluetooth, thermometers, or, some of those different things. And then certainly that knowledge helps us to really provide simulation delivery in a way that helps our students to meet their learning outcomes effectively.
Thanks, Allyson. Conferences are a really great way to see that we're actually doing the things with our simulation center. And we're being very innovative in the way we're doing things as well. So next, we're going to be talking to the lovely Diane about our simulation technologist role. They are the Wizard of Oz behind the curtain. They make the magic happen behind the scenes. So Diane, could you give us a little input as far as what you do and what your role looks like?
Yes. Well, according to healthysimulation.com, a simulation technician is a professional that is responsible for providing support across several technical areas of medical simulation. So it's kind of a jack of all trades position. We are responsible for AV, IT, software updates, setup, teardown, you name it, we do it. When I was at the conference this summer at SimGhost, there was an entire panel on job descriptions for simulation technicians themselves. And the big joke is there's always in the job description an other category, because there is so much that goes into this role, it's hard to define. And so there's always another category in the job description to put in the things that don't fall into those main categories. So we kind of keep the ball rolling on the backside for faculty and students and make sure everything is up and running and ready to go, ordering supplies, making sure we have the correct supplies. It's a broad, a very broad job description.
Well, you guys do a lot. So definitely, we're thankful for you guys. You make the magic happen. So next, we're going to be talking about community outreach, because not only do we want to impact our students, but we want to be involved in our community. So Takara and Leah.
Hi, so this is Leah up in Aberdeen, and many of our healthcare simulation centers had the opportunity to share simulation with young middle school age students this summer through the Board of Regents Camp Dream. And in Aberdeen, we got to participate as well, and we had just around 100 junior high age students come through the Aberdeen Healthcare Simulation Center. And they got to join us in various fun simulation activities, hands-on activities like virtual reality simulations, mannequin activities. They got to experience our new Nursing Ann simulator and see some of the fun things that she's capable of, as well as our auscultation Sam mannequin. We also set out several task trainers, letting the students see how our students prepare with simulation to place IVs, manage wounds, and several other fun things. So that was just one of the activities that we got to participate in Aberdeen. And I will let Takara share with you some of the fun things they've done in Sioux Falls.
Yeah, well, all of our sites have various opportunities to connect with the community. We have middle school, high school students coming in for camps and visits, and Brookings, I know, has numerous prospective students coming through for tours, and simulation really is a big draw for students. It's a chance to really highlight some of the innovative ways that we have our students experience the role of the nurse prior to their graduation. And this last year, we did have some new opportunities come about that our simulation center got to engage with. One of them being an invitation to present at our South Dakota HOSA convention. So that was a bunch of high school students who have interest in healthcare careers, and they're learning more about what they want to do with their future. And it was really a privilege. Diane and I got to go to that and demonstrate kind of how we use simulation to further our nursing students' education and talk about the benefits that come from being at an accredited simulation center to do their learning. We also had some opportunities to go out to the high schools. The AP classes needed some assistance for some activities post AP exams. And we took a moulage activity out and taught them about how do we use moulage to create realism, and how does that represent the body processes, and connecting it back to their learning. So it was a really great opportunity to touch base with the community, show what we can do with sim, and really, hopefully, inspire students to pursue that in their future. The one other opportunity, and I hope some of my colleagues here will help me speak to this a little bit, about engaging our communities, that now we have also added an SP program, a standardized patient program, which is our opportunity to invite community members to be a part of our really strong simulation program and bring that high fidelity experience to our students.
Yeah, Takara, that's a good point. We're just kicking off the beginning of our SP program here this fall. But as we grow and get more people interested in serving in those roles, I think that'll be a great thing we can talk about next year during Sim Week, how we've grown our SP program from this small start to across the state of South Dakota, which is a really exciting thing that I think a lot of people are waiting for us to get to that point. But it just brings a very great opportunity for our students to learn communication skills with a real person versus a mannequin. And some of those interpersonal skills, I think will really highlight during the continued development of our SP program.
I like that you're projecting our growth there with that, Alyssa, and just that idea of how the program with our simulation center, as we touch base with our community, we not only bring them benefits, but they bring benefits back to us and benefit our students as well.
So just some clarification for those people who aren't involved in simulation, because we are in it. What is an SP, or a standardized patient?
A standardized patient is somebody who comes in and we have them fill a role during simulation. They are given a specific script, background, and those pertinent details so that it can be reproduced from simulation to simulation, so that all the students get the same or as close to the same experience. So our SPs go through a training process prior to coming to do their role for simulation. There are several guidelines presented by ASPE, which is the American Society for Standardized Patient Educators, that need to follow so that we can have safety during our simulations for both the standardized patient and for the learners. So there is some training that they need to do, some practice sessions that they need to go through prior to completing their role as a standardized patient.
Thank you, Diane, for kind of filling in that question of what is an SP. I think it's great because it impacts so many different people. We have the faculty that are running the simulation technologists. We have the community members that are seeing what we're doing with our students. And for our students, it adds to the fidelity or the realism of the simulation because they're interacting with a real person, and maybe not just a mannequin. So we are doing great things at the College of Nursing for SD State. Anything else you'd like to add, Patrick?
No, I don't think so. I just have learned more about some of the initiatives to get a more diverse and eclectic group of people serving as our simulated patient roles. And certainly working with this group, I've learned about the importance of why we need those external parties to enhance the realness of our simulation experiences.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys for joining us. Don't forget to be a champion of your success story. Happy Healthcare Simulation Week.